Hey guys, my name is Aksa.
My name is Moj.
And we are your hosts for the PYT podcast.
Come on.
What is PYT?
So PYT stands for Positive Young Thinkers, and what our role is to do.
What our role is?
What our role is to. Why can I not speak English, man? Camera shy, man. I told you, look. What our job is to do as young people is voice our thoughts and opinions on things. We also do a lot of work with PYF, and that is the whole base around what we talk about, how we can make things better for our community, stuff like that.
So what is PYF to you? Like, what does it mean for you as an organisation?
As cringy as this may sound, I feel like PYF is a home that many people don't have. So as a young person myself, I feel like, I'm not going to say I come from a bad background or a bad family, but I feel like it's good to get out of the area, get out of your home, have a whole different space, whether that's youth club, football. It can honestly be anything. Like, there's days where you can go out to eat, simple things like that. So it's just an area for me to get along with other young people, build connections, have fun, and yeah. What do you think?
I think it's pretty much the same for me. It's been a place where I have learned a lot about myself. It's given me so many opportunities that I never thought I'd get, like this podcast, for example, and just doing crazy stuff that I never thought I would ever be able to get into. It's taught me a lot about people, friendships, everything.
What's your favourite thing about PYF?
My favourite thing? The staff members. Honestly, if it wasn't for I'm not even joking, like, you guys are laughing, but like, if the staff members were like some dry people, I don't think I would have ever gone back. I remember the first time I walked in, I was with Amina, and I walked in and I was like, what on earth is this place? And then after I got to know the people, because I remember Tabor was there, and there was like so many other staff members that I became friends with really quickly. And if it wasn't for the staff members being so friendly, I genuinely don't think I would have gone back. But I'm so glad I did.
100%.
So, yeah.
I'm the same in that sense, to be fair. Like, I've been with PYF for up to nearly 2 years now. Like, I've been volunteering and stuff like that. So I started, and like, I properly heard about PYF in sixth form, first year of work experience. And what we did was we did like a changing tracks program where we created our own PowerPoint in a sense to present, and I did mine about Dave, if I remember correctly. And to this day, I feel like Dave's one of the UK goods. So I feel like PYF have given a lot of opportunities in the sense that I wouldn't have ever seen myself doing things like this. So at the start of this year, I'm not too sure if you came, but there was a TEDx event that they allowed us to go to, and I'm gonna be honest, I never thought I would sit in a room or a hall and just listen to someone speak about their life. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I thought it'd be boring, but the way these lot spoke in such like a professional but calm way, told their story, told their background. Like, there was a person, I forgot her name, but she was a boxer, and she told her life as a boxer. And it's crazy to think, like, you may know stuff yourself and you may have opinions of it, but hearing it firsthand from a person that actually does it, whole different story. So it's nice hearing different stories and different sides to things as well.
Yeah. So speaking of stories, obviously I know you, but they don't know you. So tell everyone a bit about yourself and how you basically got to where you are today.
So I'm 18 years old. I've been born and raised in Hillfields, Coventry. I went to school in Frederick Bird and Sydney Stringer. I studied sports and business, and the reason why I did that was a lot of people come at me saying those two are on the complete opposite side of the scale and stuff like that, which is fair. But I feel like it gives me more variety. Like, I know the sports side of things now. Like, I like to think I'm a very sporty person. I'm always playing football and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of people my age, whether they say it or not, sport can be a type of therapy to them. So like, having sport in my life is such a big factor, and having that is making me the person I am today. Like, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be here, but it's definitely helped me. It's definitely helped me like mentally and stuff like that. So I studied sports in sixth form, and then I also did business. Alhamdulillah, I got good grades. So from there, I've just been doing what I can, volunteering at PYF, and yeah, I've been getting opportunities that I don't think I would ever do before. But like for me, luckily, I feel like I love the youth side of things. Like I never in a million years would think I would work with young people the way I
Yeah, no, literally same.
yeah, the way I am now. But like volunteering, seeing the difference that I'm making. I'm not saying I'm a big influence to these young people, but I feel like
You're still part of it, so.
like me growing up when I had sessions in PYF years ago, I used to look up at staff. I'm like, bro, I want to be like you. So seeing that I'm slowly becoming that, whether that happens in the next year, however long it takes, it would be nice to be something and make a difference to people in general, in a sense. What about you?
Me, I'm also 18 years old. I went to primary school in First Hill. I've lived there my entire life. I went to John Gawson Primary School, and then I went to Eden Girls Secondary School. Crazy experience.
Crazy.
And then I had my posts, is it called post 16? When you leave, after your GCSEs? Whatever it is. Basically, after 16. I went to college for almost a year. I didn't finish it. I dropped out. And then after the summer, in September, I went back, and then I dropped out 2 months later because I am not a very educational person. But honestly, I don't see anything that's wrong with it. I think as young people, it's important to understand that your life isn't set, and there's always going to be expectations that people set for you to go to sixth form, get good grades, go to university, this, that, the other. But you don't have to be what everyone basically says you have 100%. To be. So I think that was something that made a big impact on me. And honestly, if I was in college, I wouldn't be here where I am right now, because it was because of me leaving college that I came to PYF, and everything I've done since then obviously has been, it's a journey in itself. Yeah.
Would you say PYF has had a very big but different impact on your life?
Yeah, definitely. I think I would definitely be in a completely different position if it wasn't for PYF and everything.
What would you say are the benefits? So like, one thing I think is PYF is good in the sense that they get a lot of people off the streets. So what would you say is one thing that, one reason why people listening to this podcast should come to PYF?
I think, me personally, I never really felt like I was in a space where I could find people I can connect with deeply. PYF gave such a diverse group of people for me to connect with. I found my kind of people, and I found like safety in a sense, like a safe space.
Safe space, yeah.
So I think for anyone who might feel like that, for anyone who feels like they struggle with finding places that they can just be themselves, or finding people that they can be themselves with, PYF is honestly the most amazing place to come and get that experience. And even volunteering there, because I started off as a volunteer, not a young person. Like as soon as I went, I was volunteering. It was actually so much fun. Like some people say that volunteering, why would you do it? It's like you're working for free. But honestly, the experience of doing that, I wouldn't have wanted to get paid for it, because
it boosts your experience loads.
Yeah, not even experience. Like people say you can obviously put it on your CV, which is that, but for me, it was more like connection with people and memories that I made that were worth more.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite sessions to attend and work in as a volunteer?
Me personally, we have this thing called Community Cafe on a Tuesday, where it's a program where a few staff, we basically just help young people with their CVs and like afterlife is just crazy.
Their future
in a sense. But a lot of the time we just have controversial topics, debates and stuff like that. So it's just nice hearing other people's views and opinions on random stuff. Like it can honestly be anything. So I feel like that's one of my favorites because it's a thing where like, as deep as this may sound, like some people just don't talk about their feelings or just talk about things in general. So like hearing other people talking about theirs makes you feel like you can talk about yours in a sense. So I feel like that's a very important session to me. Youth club happens every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and that's very nice. Like it's legit just a chill vibe. They give out food. You can play pool, table tennis, FIFA, legit more or less anything. So
And Tuesdays, Oldest Youth Club.
yeah, come on. Oh, actually, good promotion. On Tuesday, we have a whole tuck shop. So you lot make your way down. You lot make your way down to Yardley Street, number 38. 38?
Yeah, that's good.
38 Yardley Street. We have a tuck shop for you lot to get stuff. There's chocolates, sweets, drinks.
Yeah, there's not my milk chocolate in the winner.
We'll add stuff to the menu. Don't worry, down the line. But yeah, you lot make ways down to PYF, man. Tuesday.
Yeah, love that.
What about you, Axel? Favorite session?
My favorite session. I don't know actually. I feel like it might be.
What sessions do you attend, and then maybe go from that?
Well, I go to girls group. I go to girls group on Tuesdays, from 4 till 6, which is really fun because it's just us girls chilling and vibing and gossiping because gossiping is fun. and we started doing like nails. We do henna. We watch movies sometimes, which is really fun as well. Get food. Sometimes we bake. We made sushi and stuff. So you do a lot of different things. And then just the normal youth sessions as well.
Yeah.
I feel like just hanging out with everyone, playing games, things like that. It's just, I think the best thing about PYF is that it's not formal.
100%.
It's very informal, it's very casual. It's literally just chilling with your friends pretty much. Obviously there's restrictions and boundaries, but obviously that's everywhere. But yeah, I think just, I wouldn't mind any session. It's nice.
I was just gonna ask. Obviously, POF is based in Hillfields, and Hillfields we know the stereotype around Hillfields. You live but you live in Hillfields.
Yeah.
Actually, you come to POF for quite a bit. You know Hillfields in and out. What's your kind of opinions on Hillfields? Obviously, with you guys growing up in Hillfields or being around there for a few years, what's the positive, negatives around Hillfields? What do you guys think of Hillfields, basically?
I personally, I know there's a whole stereotype about Hillfields being really dangerous. You see like things going on, but I've never seen anything too like dangerous, or like maybe it's just because we've gotten used to it. But like when I walk through Hillfields, I genuinely don't feel like unsafe. Maybe it's just because I'm used to it again, but like I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
Are
I
we
feel like it might
talking
have
about
been
the same Hillfields? Or?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't live there. So I don't know. You tell me since you live there. So you
Okay, well,
know.
I'll give a prime example. The other day, I was going to mosque. Keep in mind, 1:30 p.m. Yeah. Tell me why I hear 3 police vans pull up. 3 shops got robbed at once.
Oh yeah.
Make it make sense. Broad daylight. So I'm thinking, if that's happening in broad daylight, how? Imagine at night, like, there's an area in Hillfields called Frontline, and yeah, let's just say something goes down there, like more or less every day. So
that is a bit true.
I'm not gonna like slate Hillfield. Like, I still represent my area, but I feel like obviously it could be a lot better. There has been a lot of stuff in the past. I feel like recently, alhamdulillah, there hasn't been any crime in a sense, like major crime where people are getting stabbed or getting shot and stuff like that. But I feel like what we can just do as young people, just try and stick with that. Like, don't get involved into bad stuff. Don't be thinking you're hard, like in gangs.
Don't
and
be
stuff
thinking
like
you're
that.
hard.
It's not worth it. And like, I don't know where it's from, but I saw a thing where if you're part of that life, you're either dead or you're in jail. And it's like you're just giving your life away.
You're just setting yourself up for that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're just giving your life away. So I feel like that's my opinions on Hillfields in a sense.
You did mention about making it something where it could be better. Obviously, you said about young people not involving themselves and things like that. But what do you think that everyone should do collectively, like as a community, to make it a better, more safe place?
A prime example is PYF. So like something as simple as PYF makes a difference to hundreds, maybe even thousands of people, like every week. And it's like the fact that PYF are giving this opportunity to young people just to have a safe space, chill more or less, like it just stops people from getting staying on the streets. I'm not saying there's not going to be people on the streets, but having youth clubs, having these programs where you can learn stuff, like it gives people an incentive of, I don't need this life, I don't need this quote unquote roadman life. So it's just a thing where I feel like, I don't know if PYF are ever thinking of expanding in the future, creating more and more youth clubs, but I feel like even if something, example of like building another center in Fozil, like I don't know your side of things and like how your area is, but I feel like the way Hillfields is seen, Fozil can be seen the exact same way.
I agree with that.
So if it doesn't need to specifically be PYF, but having another youth center, having just more youth centers in general, it will just help young people a lot. And with PYF, I feel like as much as it is kind of based around young people, there is still sessions like the Olders Youth Club where it's ages 18 to 25, if I'm correct. So even if you don't classify yourself as a young person over the age of 18, like you're still a young person at the end of the day. You still have your life ahead of you. So just do what you can to be the best version of yourself, to be honest.
I love that. That's great.
Question. I want you to imagine you're Prime Minister of Coventry, for example, yeah? And obviously you just said a couple of things that you could do to improve Hillfields or maybe even Fozil in terms of a youth centre. I want you to, you can think wild as you want. You can think as big as you want. If you could put something in your area, so I want you to think about Fozil, I want you to think about Hillfields. If you could put something in your area for young people, except for youth clubs or a new youth centre, what would you put there? It could be whatever you want. It could be a water park. It could be the new Alton Towers is in Hillfields. But if you could think of putting something in your area for young people that you think, young people would love if this was in the area, what would you put there? It can be. It doesn't have to be an outdoor activity. It could be something inside. But
me personally, I feel like there are some, but I feel like having access to more sports facilities, because as in free facilities, because I feel like a lot of places that you can play sport, you either have to pay for or you need to book, and some people might just not be able to afford that. But if the government, in a sense, they give an area where you can play sport, whether that's basketball, football, legit anything, or even just provide companies that host sessions and stuff like that, where it can be one-on-ones, it can be group activities and stuff like that. So I feel like, me personally, like I said before, I feel like sport has been such a big quote-unquote therapy in my life. So I feel like a lot of young people would definitely think the same as well.
I agree with that. Me personally, I have always wanted to do things like boxing, things like that. I feel like with my family background as well, coming from a sort of traditional Muslim, Pakistani family, Asian family, just ethnic families, pretty much the same. Finding like an all-girls kind of sports center to do like boxing, things like that, I have not found. Well, there's sometimes like classes that go on, but you still have to pay for them, or you don't really know about them, or they don't run for long enough. So like a few years back, me and my mum went to one on Eagle Street, I think.
Well, boxing, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And we went for a bit, but it didn't run for very long. And I've always wanted to go back, but there's not enough like teachers, classes, things like that available for young people, especially like, I feel like for young girls especially, there's not as many facilities for people with slightly more restrictions, you could say, with like not being mixed and things like that. So that's definitely something that I want to find a way to put in place, not just in Rose Hill, but just in Coventry in general, or just like whatever areas PYF work with. That's something that I want to work on.
Brilliant. Question just came into my head, kind of slightly off topic, but bucket list. Do you know what bucket list is?
Yeah.
One thing that's on your bucket list, or that you've always thought in your head, you know what, I'd love to do that, but never had the chance. It doesn't have to be based in Coventry, but just in general, in your life, it doesn't have to be now.
Or just like crazy things that you want to do.
Yeah, something crazy that you want to do in life, or you want to experience at least once in your life. What would you say?
I feel like the standard, like skydiving, bungee jumping. Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's for me though. Sometimes I think sometimes I think I don't know.
I would love that. Anything like I did it once where I climbed Mount Snowdon with school in secondary school. That was amazing. I want to do stuff like that again. Also more residentials. I feel like trips like that need to be more available to people, to young people. It was a great experience. It gave me so much. It teaches you a lot about yourself and other people. And I think that's one of the most important things that we need to learn as young people is connections and things like that, because it's part of your entire life. So, yeah, I don't know. It's things like that, to be honest.
Any crazy ideas, Butch?
I mean, mine's not crazy. Like, I'm not thinking of jumping off a building or something. Like
Don't judge me.
One thing for me personally, a big goal I want in my life is to perform Hajj. So it's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and I'm hoping, inshallah, in the future, whenever, but I'm hoping I can take my mum and dad. So I think that's just one of the main ones, to be fair. I feel like I'm I go with the flow kind of thing. Like whatever's written for me is written for me. Whether that's bad or good, like, especially everyone listening to this, like, if hardships do come your way, just know that God's written that for you and things will get better in a sense.
Got a better plan.
Trust.
Would you ever move away from Coventry?
Yes and no. I feel like yes, because a lot of my family isn't based in Coventry. They're based in London and America. But no, because I feel like Coventry is very home to me. Like, I wouldn't want to leave in a sense.
You as well?
My family is basically all here. No, they are here. Everyone is here, so I don't think I would move. I wouldn't move cities, but if I had to, I'd probably move countries. But only because I like Pakistan. Like, that's where I'm from. So I would move back home, yeah, if I could. But other than that, no, I wouldn't. I feel like if your family is somewhere, then no matter where you go,
just stick with your family.
Yeah. So even if like I was to move somewhere else, I would only move there if there's other people in my family there.
So you never move somewhere where you don't have a connection to already. Interesting.
Saying that, I would love to live in Dubai.
Why?
I feel like personally, okay, I don't know how you guys, what you guys are gonna think of it. Yeah.
Hot take.
It's a hot take.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that Dubai's overrated. Why? I mean, I've never been, but like when people say things about Dubai, I'm like, yeah, I get it, but I don't know. Maybe it's me personally. I don't really like cities.
I'm not thinking of
that.
I'm not thinking of that side of things. I'm thinking of 2 main reasons. Crime. If you commit a crime over there, you aren't leaving with a hand. That's the first thing.
Yeah, but
second thing, tax. Like, you don't need to pay tax over there, and like,
yeah, but you don't need to pay tax here. I mean, if you don't get caught.
Crazy. I'm not involved.
We might have to cut that.
I'm not involved.
We do not endorse.
No, we don't. I'm joking, guys.
Tax evasion.
Yeah. Nah, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of these places, they're nice places to be.
What countries have you been?
I know I've been to Pakistan and Saudi. Yeah. But I feel like...
So where's your ideal place to move besides Pakistan?
Okay, besides Pakistan. Probably any other Islamic country. Maybe Qatar. I've heard a lot about Qatar. Especially after the World Cup. There was so much going on about Qatar. It seems like a really nice place, to be honest.
First,
Seems like a very safe, very like Islamic kind of cute place to be.
and aesthetic.
Yeah,
Qatar
aesthetic.
is aesthetic.
Imagine waking up and being like, oh, whoa, this is where I live now?
Yeah,
Yeah, not
Do you
Hillfields.
not think that would rub off though? Like after a while, you'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
true.
normal now.
That's
like,
true.
I mean, I think I'd prefer looking over at the seas than looking into Hillfields. innit?
Yeah.
But have you not seen the sun we've just had? Like you can go to Brighton
Nah, but
Lakes,
this the
and, you
difference.
know,
The
This
sunset,
water
the sunset
side.
over the
That-
apartment's
no, no.
crazy.
yeah.
that is a great picture though. Have you ever seen people take
Yeah, I
pictures of
have.
like the sun setting over an apartment? It's a sick picture.
No, I seen recently, I can't remember what it was. I think it was just on the news. And there was a photographer going around and she was like proving in pictures why Coventry is a beautiful place. And I was looking at the pictures and I was like, it's angles and lighting, I'm
Yeah,
telling
that-
you.
them and
Were they
That's the whole
gaslighting
thing I was
people?
thinking. I was
Them and-
scrolling through it. I
them
was
and
like, nah.
catfishes.
Like, it looks like this, but only if you sit at a 45 degrees angle and you hit the lighting like that. Like, there's certain places you have to be. Like, there's nice places in Coventry, like the university areas. It's all the new places. Or like Cathedral. Cathedral's really pretty as well. The old cathedral. But other than that, I don't know.
To be fair, Cov has a lot of history behind it, innit? So I
Yeah, it
guess that's
does.
the positive side of things.
Do you think you guys are interested in the history of Coventry?
Huh?
Not really.
No, not really.
So when I know people like Sherelle go on about, oh, you know, Hillfields used to be like this back in the day. You guys not really too interested.
Nah, it's nice to know, but it's just like
I feel like it doesn't mean too much to me. I don't
No.
know. Is that bad? It's not bad.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
But I don't know.
if you're talking about the war and that, like I wasn't there in it, so I
You
don't
weren't
know.
there a few years ago either.
Yeah, so it's like why would I need to know? I guess every city and country should know the history behind it, but I feel like it's just not as important to people our age, innit?
I feel like if it's people that we know things about, like today when Sherelle was saying about that rap group, and then she showed us a video about it as well. Because I met someone who was in that group, I think it was more interesting for me, and it was showing in the music video places like it showed Godiva, and it showed.
And it's
Hillfields
very
and
different
things like
now.
that. It's really
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
So it is interesting to see how things have changed, but I feel like deeper history that's more than like 20 years ago is a bit,
Yeah, crazy.
yeah. Like
Don't really
medieval
care.
history, yeah, nah.
Nah, not interested.
Nah, not really.
Fairs.
I mean, I like the Godiva story, which is pretty interesting, to be honest.
I don't know the Godiva story.
You don't know the
Godiva
Godiva story?
No.
The story of Lady Godiva?
Nah, I don't still.
You don't know her story? Guys, come on.
Go on.
Okay, so I can't remember the guy's name, but there was a guy. I think his name was like
Have you
Leo
started
Frick
the story
or
like
something.
that?
His name was like Leo Frick or something, right? I don't know if he was her husband or something. Basically, he was someone important in Coventry, and then I don't know the story, guys. I just realised I don't know the details.
So she's getting into it.
Basically-
Wait, tell us your story. Let's see. You know, we'll tell the viewers to fact check it after.
Yeah,
but
fact check
like,
my story, guys.
But let's say your
So
story.
basically, there was this guy. His name was Leo Frick. I don't know if he was her husband or what he was to her, but she wanted to do something. I know what she wanted to do, but she wanted to basically change Coventry in some way. Can't remember what.
Okay.
And then he said to her, "If you ride around Coventry naked on a horse, then I will basically do what you're telling me to do." So then she got all the people in Coventry to hide in their houses so that she could go around Coventry naked, and that's why she's naked on the horse. But then there was a little boy, his name was like Peeping Tom, and he looked at her. So you know in town, if you go where the clock tower is, and then when it strikes, whatever, like something o'clock, she comes out and she goes around on her little horse.
Huh?
Oh, I've
You know,
seen
you
that.
know, next to
Oh, I knew
Dutchman.
that.
You know, next to
But
Dutchman.
I don't think they do that anymore, though.
Really?
What?
I don't think so. I
I've
don't
seen
think
it
happens
recently,
anymore.
so I don't know.
Oh, really?
But then there's a little boy that he pops out and he's looking at her.
Wait, who? Where? What?
You know next to Dutchman and Greg's? You know next to Dutchman and Greg's? And Starbucks?
Yeah.
And then when you go, there's like so they're on this side.
Okay.
And then there's like a little gap. And then you go that way and there's all the banks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's a clock tower.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But where's this guy coming out from?
I mean, it's on the clock. There's a clock.
Oh.
And then she comes out and she goes like this.
That's a bit booky.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Have you ever seen it?
I've never seen it,
That's crazy.
but I'm not.
I
Gonna,
have
I'm
seen
not,
it.
I'm not looking up at the walls.
No, but the only reason I seen it one time is because basically I was in town, and I think there was some sort of event going on. I can't remember. So I actually just happened to be standing around in town rather than just walking through.
Yeah.
And then the time went, and then I was like, oh, I've never
Never
noticed
knew
that
that.
before.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's crazy. But fact check my story, guys, because that I know for a fact that half of that was not even true, except for the fact that she goes around.
What's the guy at the front of town, in front of Transport Museum?
That's Sir Whittle Frank.
What's he?
I don't know.
I think he created the turbojet
Turbojet engine.
engine or something
Yeah.
like that. He's the one who invented it.
You lot don't quote us on this. Just letting you lot know.
I think.
I'm
Or was it
pretty
the
sure.
bicycles?
No, it was a bicycle.
Plane.
No,
No,
I
it
don't
was,
think
I'm pretty sure
plane.
it was a turbojet engine. Because there's a lot of like, is it mechanical? I don't know, like car stuff, history,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, in
transport,
Transport Museum.
things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think it was
about
turbojet or
Coventry.
something like that.
Yeah.
But question, I don't know if you know this, but I heard somewhere that the first ever bike was made in Coventry.
I heard that too.
But I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true either.
Would you say it's true much? If someone told you, the first ever bike was made in Coventry, would you say,
You know
nah,
what?
that's
Yeah.
cap?
So yesterday I was doing outreach. It's a session where me and some staff we go around telling young people about Coventry, and we're with someone.
About Positive Youth Foundation.
What did I say?
You said about Coventry.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, you could tell them about Coventry
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
But about PYF basically, and the person that we were doing is they were telling us the history behind it and like how some buildings are like the walls from the war and stuff like that. I'm like, there's bare history to Coventry that I don't know about, so I wouldn't deny it. Maybe.
Wait, so do you not know that the old cathedral that was bombed during the World War?
Yeah, I know that.
You knew that? Everyone
did
knows that.
you know the hospital used to be in Hillfields?
Really?
Yeah, you know the walking centre.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, and that
Oh, yeah,
it was
someone
proper,
told me
like,
about
it was
that.
proper tiny, innit?
Well, I don't know if it was tiny, but I heard that the hospital used to be in Hillfields.
Yeah, I think my mum told me that.
I think they're now student accommodation now. I think,
Yeah,
but-
it's called like Eden Square or something.
yeah,
It used to be this big brown building. It's right next
But
to
could you imagine the hospital being in Hillfields?
Yeah.
That sounds so random.
You know, opposite the college. Opposite the college, you just got a hospital.
I mean, it is a walking centre now, so
Yeah.
I suppose it's not too far-fetched, but
Yeah.
No, I do wish I could see Coventry like 20 years ago, just see how it was like, what's so different
Yeah.
now, stuff like that. But
what do they
obviously-
call that? Gentrification?
What does that mean?
What do they call it?
Don't use big words.
That's
I
how
dropped
my-
out
So
of college.
basically, it's
I didn't understand.
gentrification is like when it's how like an area becomes modernized, basically.
Oh.
I think I don't know the
Interesting, very
exact
interesting.
terminology, but that's basically how when the area becomes modernized and stuff like that. So when you start seeing more Starbucks and Greg's in your community, that
We
you
have
do.
so many Gregs in town.
Did you know there used to be a Greg's on Frontline?
Really?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that little
Where
one
you
next
s-
to
where-
Loco, innit?
where Bakes Delight is, that used to be Greg's. When I first moved to Coventry, that was Greg's, and then a couple months after I
How
moved,
long ago was that?
7-8 years ago.
Nah, but
Eastern
in
Gregs.
town, there's literally like 5 Gregs.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining because I love Greg. But like, but
Shout out
so
Greggs.
many.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, Greg. You only get a shout out to sponsor us.